So I created one VM. Okay, if you go to the resource group, I have created one VM and I have created one key vault. In key vault, I have created one key. On that day, someone asked me about one option, right? I'm not
Yep.
sure who asked that option.
On the VM side, right? Sorry.
On key vault regarding keys, he said like
Expire.
he thought that
Expiration key expiration.
yes, yes.
Myself.
See, actually, we have provided that option, right? 7 days, right? That
Yeah.
means if someone deleted this key, okay, okay. If suppose I deleted this key, it will go to that deleted keys, okay.
Mhm.
We have an option manage deleted keys, okay. It will go to that option. I see here manage deleted keys option is there, right? If someone deleted this key, it will go to manage deleted keys, okay. And here it will stay for 7 days because at the time of key vault we provided that option, right? 7 days.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So so if I delete this key, okay, it will go to this manage deleted keys. It will stay here for 7 days. Okay. Until in the we can restore that key at any point of time within 7 days. Okay. Okay. I have created key vault, and in key vault I have created one key, and I have also created disk encryption set. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So I think you have missed one more thing also. So like when these key got expired, VM got we went to the unreachable status, right? It means we can't start it, right? In some scenarios.
sorry.
So this key vault got expired. If it got
No,
expired,
this key vault won't expire. Keys will expire. Okay.
yeah, yeah, keys. I mean,
Yeah.
we need to renew the key vault, right?
Yes. Here, in general, if we want, we can set activation date and expiry date. Expiry date. Okay.
Yeah.
If few organizations will keep expiry date, okay, and they are going to renew the key, or they are going to. We have different options. Okay. We can rotate the key, or we can create new key. Okay. If you go to key here, okay, we can create. They can create new version. Okay, and they can use that new version for disk encryption set.
Sunil, I have one query here.
Okay.
So, yeah, like in organization for the application, we create service accounts who never gets expired because those are running. They will keep on running, and means we don't want it to get means we don't want to renew it again and again because if application gets impacted, it impact our business. So, is this same available here in the case of key? The
Yes.
key which never got expired.
Yeah. If we didn't set any expiry date, okay, it will stay forever. Okay. Or else we can set. In general, organizations they keep expiry date like for 1 year. Okay.
Okay.
Is the service account concept is different here? Keys concept is different because for
Okay.
security purpose, every year they are going to generate new keys or they are going to rotate these keys.
Okay. Okay. So, can I access my Azure VM without having these keys?
Yes, you can. These keys, okay, actually, if you go through the video, you will get to know why we created keys. Okay, actually, as I said, right, in Azure, okay,
Mhm.
so whenever we create a VM, right, so whenever we create a VM, by default, we are going to get one OS disk. Okay, if we want,
Mhm.
we can attach one data disk. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
ultimately we are getting the storage from backend SAN, okay, storage area network. Okay, so
Okay.
in Azure Microsoft, okay, they are giving a facility like, okay, whatever the data is going to store at the end of the day, okay,
Mhm.
here they are encrypting the data. How they are encrypting in the sense with the help of platform managed keys. Okay,
Okay. Mhm.
they are maintaining these keys, and with the help of these keys, they are encrypting the data in the SAN storage area network in the SAN. Okay. So,
Mhm.
but here we have one more option like instead of Microsoft managing the keys, okay, we can
Mhm.
create our own key. Okay, that means customer managed key. We can create our own keys. Okay, with the help of these keys. Okay, previously if previously Microsoft is using platform managed key to encrypt the data. Now what we are doing is, okay, we are saying Microsoft, okay, instead of using the key, okay, please use the key which I created in Key Vault. Okay, that is the reason we created Azure Key Vault. Okay, Azure Key
Mhm.
Vault is a service where we can store keys. Okay,
Mhm.
keys, secrets, certificates.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
here we are creating a key. Okay. And we are saying Microsoft, okay, instead of platform manager key, we are providing a key. Use this key to encrypt the data here. Okay. So that's the reason we created Azure Key Vault. In Azure Key Vault, we created one key. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
to perform all these things, okay, we need disk encryption set. We have also created disk encryption set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Disk encryption set. Okay.
So I have logged into the, as I said, right? So whenever we attach a disk to the VM, okay, we
Mhm.
have to create a volume from the disk.
Mhm.
So I have attached one disk, okay, one
Mhm.
data disk, and I am creating volume from the disk. Okay, for that we have already discussed all these options in previous classes, Abhay.
Yeah, I
Just go,
understand.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
just go through the concepts and let me
Sure,
know
I
if you
will.
have. Yeah.
Sure. Mhm.
Okay. Now we got the disk
Mhm.
here. Okay, a new disk.
Okay.
So if we go to virtual machine disks, okay, now
Mhm.
both of our disk like server side encryption with platform managed key. Okay, now we are going to change this instead of platform managed key. Okay, we are going to change this option to customer managed key. For that, what we have to do is we have to go to the disk encryption. Okay, before that, okay, here you can see that, okay, changes to encryption settings can only be made when the disk is unattached or the virtual machines are deallocated. So for that, first of all, we have to stop the virtual machine. Okay, virtual machine stopped. Here you can see the status like stop deallocated. Now I will go to disks. I will select one disk, encryption. Okay, now it's allowing me to change the option. Okay, instead of platform manager key, now we are selecting customer manager key. Okay, same.
So Sunil, in this that platform managed key and customer managed key, so can Azure means use those keys to access our data? Does it have this right if you're using platform managed keys?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
So see, we are creating our customized key, that customer managed key, right?
Yes.
But if we use platform managed key, does we have a chance of means security labs means someone from Azure can access our data if we use platform managed key?
No, nothing like that. Okay, no one can access the data. See, by the end of the day, okay, these are available in Azure data centers. Okay, in Azure data centers, they won't allow access to anybody. Okay, only
Mhm,
authorized people can enter into the data center. Okay, if suppose someone malicious user entered into data center and if he
mhm,
stole the SAN disk, okay, but
mhm,
here it's because of platform manager key or customer manager key, okay, whatever it
mhm.
may be, it is going to be an encrypted state. So that malicious user can't do anything with the disk, even though if you got the disk. Okay. It's not
Mhm.
like platform or customer manager key. Okay. Platform manager key in the sense this key is managed by Microsoft. Customer manager key in the sense we are providing the key. That's the only difference.
Okay, okay. So is customer managed key giving us any edge, security edge over the platform managed key,
And
or are they
nothing like that. Only we are just providing the key. That's it.
okay?
Nothing difference. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. See now it's okay. Now here, if you see here, okay, instead of platform manager key, now we are seeing option like server side encryption with customer manager key. Okay. Nothing difference we are going to see. Okay. In VM, okay, disks will be like that. Okay. We are not sure, okay, how it is encrypting in the background. Okay. We can just check whether it's platform manager key or customer manager key only from the portal here. Okay. Here,
Okay.
OS disk is using server-side encryption with platform manager key. Okay. Similarly, our data disk is using server-side with customer manager key. Okay. Now I will start the VM.
Mm. So can we do the same means for the OS disk? Can we also change that?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Okay. These are all the options. Okay. Provided by Microsoft. Okay. To secure our data. Okay.
Mhm, mhm,
So next we have one more concept like, okay, until now we discussed on Thursday, right? Until server side encryption with customer managed key. Okay, until this point of time, okay, we discussed all these concepts on Thursday. Okay, now we are going to discuss about one more concept like Azure disk encryption. Okay.
mhm.
See, what does mean by Azure disk encryption? Okay, as I mentioned, right? Okay, whenever we create a VM, okay, we are going to get one OS disk, right?
Mhm.
So if you see here the Microsoft documentation, okay, these are all the encryption types. Okay, Azure disk encryption and server side encryption and encryption at rest. Okay, what it is saying is, okay, Azure disk encryption encrypts the voice and data disks of Azure virtual machines inside your VMs. Okay, see, as I mentioned, okay, by actually this disk we are getting from SAN. Okay, instead of
Mhm.
encrypting here, it's also providing one more option like we can encrypt here also. Okay, that's what it is saying. Okay, if you see here, ADE encrypts the OS and data disk inside your virtual machines. Okay, as of now, we are not encrypting the disks inside our virtual machines. We are only encrypting the disks. Okay, at the back end, okay, where it is storing in the SAN. But now it's also providing one more option, like we can encrypt the disks inside the VM also. Okay, that is called Azure Disk Encryption. Okay, I will show you how we are going to do that. So now our virtual machine is in a running state. Okay. To do Azure disk encryption, okay. Okay. First thing is to do server side encryption with platform managed key or customer managed key. We need virtual machine is in stopped state. Okay. But for Azure disk encryption, we need virtual machine is in running state. If you go to disks, okay, here additional settings. Okay. Here,
Disk to encrypt.
yes. Here you can see, right? We can do and we can do OS disk encryption, or we can do OS and data disk. If you observe that here, OS and data disk option is in disabled state. Okay.
Mhm.
The main requirement is to do Azure disk encryption. Okay. Okay. To do Azure disk encryption. If you see, observe here. Okay. Yeah. It is not allowing me to do this option is disabled, right? Okay. It's only showing we can we can do Azure disk encryption for only OS disk. Okay, the reason here is here OS disk is with platform managed key. Okay, whereas with we have one more data disk, right? Data disk is using customer managed key. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, for customer managed key. Okay, as of now, Microsoft is not allowing to do Azure disk encryption. Okay, maybe in future they are going to allow this option, but at present, okay, the present in that present, okay, we can only do Azure disk encryption for the disks which are having platform managed key. Okay, so now what I will do is, you got this point, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Sunil, so it is not at all available to miss this encryption for the CMK disks, or do we need to stop the machine like we did earlier
No,
to
no need
change
to
the
stop. No
encryption?
need to stop missions. Okay. If you want, we can do Azure disk encryption for OS disk, but I just want to show for both of the disks. So that's the reason. First of all, what I will do is I will stop the virtual machine.
Uh-huh.
I'm stopping the virtual machine now.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. Now virtual machine is in stopped state. I will go to disks. Okay. Now I will change the encryption from customer managed key to platform managed key.
Mhm.
Save. Now we can see both options, OS and data disk option. I will show you. If you see here disks, okay, now it's changed to server-side encryption with platform managed key. Okay. Now I'll start the VM.
So Sunil, so what is as per industrial practice is recommended to have encryption on the data center side only or the disk encryption also?
Okay, it's completely it depend upon the application. Okay, if it is very secured application, okay, only people will go with default options like server side encryption with platform managed key. Okay, only
Okay.
few customers will go with customer managed key. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and this Azure disk encryption is the rare scenario. Okay, if it is like utmost secured application, then only people will go with Azure disk encryption. Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Okay. And on what's the overhead of this encryption? Because means as per my experience, I have seen that whenever we apply encryption, we have some downside in the performance. So is it
No,
same here?
performance, we don't face any performance issue. Okay, everything will be taken care by Microsoft. Okay, if you see Microsoft documentations, okay, you can get to know we
Mhm,
don't face any performance issues. Okay, I will show you that point in the Microsoft documentation. Okay, in few minutes.
mhm.
Okay. Okay, first of all, we have to go to disks. Okay, to do Azure disk encryption, go to disks, select additional settings. Okay. Here now it is showing OS and data disk because both the disks are using platform manager key. So that's the reason it is showing two options. Okay. I am going to select OS and data disks. Okay. And we have to provide key also for this encryption also it need key. Okay. I have already created one key in Key Vault, right? So I am using the same key.
Mhm. Okay, so here we are using customer managed key, right?
Yes. Customer managed key instances. Yes. We are using key, whatever the key we created in Azure Key Vault.
Okay. So do we have option of using PMK here also or just CMK?
No, no PMK option. Only see only one key. We have to provide our own key to do Azure disk
Okay.
encryption.
Okay.
So, Sunil,
Yes.
yeah, so we are not allowed to change the key type for the default disk, right? Which is coming with the VM.
Yes, we can. We can change OS disks also. I just showed you example for only data disk, right? Similarly, we can see here the disks, right? How I selected data disk. Similarly, we can go to this disk. Okay.
Okay.
Here
So I
we
can
can
also
change
change
the
the key for the default drive, which is coming with VM.
Yes, we can change platform managed key to customer managed key for OS disk also.
Okay.
Okay. Mm. See, if you see here, I think disk encryption already. If you see here now, server side encryption with platform managed key, and we are also applying Azure disk encryption. Okay. If I go to server, okay, okay, it's still applying. Okay. If you are going to see log for C drive also in few seconds. Okay. See, if initially, okay, we don't have any lock for these disks. Okay, this means, okay, we have already applied. This means these disks are having encryption. Okay, that means Azure disk encryption. That's the reason you are seeing lock symbol now.
Okay.
If you see Microsoft documentation, okay, it is using DMcrypt feature for Linux, and it is using BitLocker feature for Windows. Okay. Okay, in Portal it updated. See, server-side encryption with platform manager key and Azure disk encryption. Okay. So
Okay.
this is how we are going to do encryption. Okay. So as of now, we saw these are all related to, okay, in interviews, okay, you are going to get a question like how you are going to protect your data. Okay, as someone raises that question, right? Similar question, okay, in interviews they are going to ask. Okay, for that you have to answer like, okay, by default Azure is providing server side encryption. That means whatever the disks we are going to create, right, whatever the disks we are going to create on the back end, okay, they are going to be in encrypted state. Okay, the data is going to be in encrypted state. Okay, if we want, we can, and it's by default it is going to use platform managed key, but we have one more option like customer managed key. Okay, if we want, we can use our own keys to encrypt the data in the backend, or else we have one more option called Azure disk encryption. That means the disks which are going to be, okay, hosted in virtual machines. Okay, the disks which are, what are the disks we are going to see in the virtual machine, we have that option also to encrypt the disks. Okay, so for that we have one more option like ADE, Azure disk encryption. So these are all the security options. Okay, the Microsoft is providing for us to secure our data. Any questions about this server side encryption and Azure disk encryption?
I just had that question. You said that you're going to show on the portal the performance impact of the encryption.
Yeah, performance. Okay.
So means if I'm putting any data and writing down any data, it is also first getting encrypted, right?
Mm. And okay, yeah, I will show you. Before that, okay. And here we have one more option like host cache. Okay, someone asked me what is host caching. Okay, actually, what will happen is, see, think this is the physical server. Okay, like this physical servers, as I mentioned, like server rack contains many physical servers like this. Okay, upon physical server, we will have many virtual machines. Okay, think we have one virtual machine hosted on this physical server. Okay, as of now, what we are getting, we are only we are going to get, okay, 1 minute, from this physical server.
You can directly input text also.
Yes, from the physical server we are going to get only CPU and RAM. Okay, but here we have one more component called, okay, every physical server will have inbuilt storage, right? Okay, but we are only using CPU plus RAM. We are not using this storage for that. Okay, we are getting storage from SAN.
Mm.
Yeah, we are getting storage from SAN. Okay, so think this is the disk. Okay, we are we are getting storage from SAN. Okay, as I mentioned, right? Okay, For every VM, okay, based upon their size, we are going to get one temporary storage. Okay, in this temporary, how we are getting this temporary storage in the sense, okay, whatever the storage which is getting from physical server, okay, we are going to get the temporary disk based upon the VM we are going to select. Okay, so whenever we delete the VM, okay, automatically temporary drive will the data which is stored in the temporary drive will automatically delete, but the disk, okay, which is getting from the storage which is getting from SAN, it is not going to delete. Okay, it will stay until we manually delete the disk. Okay, so here we have one more concept. So what will happen? See, suppose user wants to read or write the data, how it's going to do? Okay, by the transaction needs to go from here to here. So suppose think user doing any read or write operations. Okay, the thing, it needs to be happen from, okay, we need to get the data from SAN to again to the console. Okay, this is how read and write will happen. Okay, but Microsoft also introduced one more concept called host caching. Okay, that means it is going to provide some host cache here. Okay, so instead of going from here to here, I mean virtual disk to SAN storage, okay, it will store the data here for temporary purpose so that we can directly read from here. Okay, it's like buffer. How our memory is working in RAM. Okay, like whatever the read and write operations are going to store in RAM, right, for better access. I will show you in the Microsoft documentation so that you are going to get a better idea. See, this is our VM. Okay, this is our disk. Okay, they are providing concept like host cache, because here they are having you, because by default with physical server we are getting storage, right? So they are allocating some storage to our physical server, and they are allowing an option called host cache. Okay, with the help. So see, whenever I want to read a request, okay, instead of getting the request from disk, okay, first of all, if we don't have any data in host cache, first of all, it will request will go to host cache, from host cache to disk. Again, data will store in host cache here to here. Okay, so next time, whenever similar kind of read or write, similar kind of read operation, okay, executed by user, instead of going to disk, okay, user is going to get data from host cache. So this is for better performance. Okay. Similarly, for write operations also, okay. So instead of writing directly to disk, first of all, what it will do is it will write here. Okay. So after that, from host cache to disk, it's like if any SQL Server DB, okay, in this class, they are going to understand, like we have SQL buffer concept, buffer pool. Okay.
Yeah.
So how it's a similar concept here also it is using. So
So means what type of disk they are using for caching? Means you are saying that it's more fast. It's just like our RAM. So is it any specific type of disk they are using?
no, it's basically like
Means in buffer our RAM is very fast in processing.
it's
We will do the
completely.
yeah.
See, whatever the disk physical server have, right? Okay, we are not sure what in the back end. Okay, a physical server, what kind of disk it have. Okay, it maybe have SSD or HHD. We are,
Okay.
so whenever I buy a laptop, right? Few laptops
Mm.
will come with HDD drive. Few
Right.
laptops will come with SSD drive. Similarly with
Right.
servers also. Okay, few servers will come with HDD drives. Few servers will come with SSD drives. Okay,
Mhm.
so we are going to get few part of this SSD drive. It's like virtualization concept. Okay, We are just getting, instead of along with temporary disk, it is also providing some more storage for us, for better, for some more storage for us, so that okay, so whenever user reads or writes, okay, it is storing the data here, frequently accessing data here.
Mm.
Yeah, so that user will get better performance, because instead of getting data from SAN, we are getting frequent data from the host cache.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
So
kind of
here,
storing in local, yeah.
yes, storing in the local. But the
Yeah.
disadvantage here is, okay, if something happens to the physical server, the data which is in host cache, it will automatically delete.
Right.
So that's the only disadvantage. That's why in real time, no one will choose this host cache. They just select only read only. Okay, because read only, no issues, right? Only we are reading data. But write, if something, if I'm writing some data to storage, okay, first of all it will write here. After that, okay, it will write in the disk, backend disk. But if something happens before, if something happens from here to here, okay, the write won't apply in the disk. So that's the reason in real time people only choose read only, not read write. Okay, so this is host cache. If you want, you can refer to this Microsoft documentation. So as I mentioned, right, Azure provides Azure disk encryption, Azure disk storage, server side encryption, and we have like encryption at host. Host in the sense, okay, the data whichever storing in the this cache also, Microsoft is going to encrypt. Okay, if we select this option, encryption at host. Okay, see, ensures the data stored in the VM host, hosting your VM is encrypted at rest. Okay, if you check if you go through in detail about the about this option, okay, see here we can see like encryption at host doesn't use any VM CPU and does not impact any VM's performance.
Okay.
So you got it right. What are all the encryption options we have for our virtual machines? Okay, we have by default server side encryption. For that, okay, we can by default it is like server side encryption with platform managed key. If you want, we can change, instead of platform managed key, we can provide our own managed key like customer managed key, and we have one more option like uh, along with server side encryption, we can also do Azure disk encryption. I mean, VMs can be decrypted in disks can be encrypted in VM itself, right? See, first option is we are encrypting data here, okay, with the help of platform manager key and platform manager key or customer manager key. And this next option is we are encrypting here also with the help of Azure disk encryption. Okay, and we have one more concept called disk snapshots. Okay, see, suppose think like I have a requirement like, okay, so see, suppose I have some data in the D drive. Okay. So I need similar kind of data. Okay. Whatever the data exists in F drive. Okay. I need I want same data in another VM also. Okay. So in that case, we have an option called disk snapshot. Okay. We can take the snapshot of the disk. Okay. From the snapshot, we can create a disk and we can attach the disk. Okay. How the flow will be like? From the disk, okay, we can create snapshot. Again, from snapshot, we can create a disk, okay, and finally we are going to attach this disk to the newly created VM. I will show you how to do that. Okay, so that you will get a better idea. For that, I will create one more VM. Okay, before that, let me take snapshot of the disk. So I have data in this data disk. Okay, I will go to the disk. Here we have an option called create snapshot. We have to provide name for the snapshot. Okay, I'm leaving rest options as it is. Okay, I'm not choosing any options. Review and create. First of all, from the disk, we took snapshot. Okay. Next, from the snapshot, we have to create one more disk. Okay, this is the snapshot we created. From the snapshot, we are creating a new disk. VM. Yes. Okay, from snapshot, I created a disk. As I said, right, disk is separate resource. Okay. If you go to portal here, okay. So as of now, we have two disks. So this is the OS disk by default, which is going to, which already created. Okay, when I created a VM, and this is the data disk I attach it to the VM. Now within few minutes, okay, we are going to see one more disk here. Just now I created, right, new disk from the snapshot. Okay, disk already created. See, this is the disk. This is the new disk I created. Okay, and if you see here, it is not attached to any VM. That's the reason it's Warner. It's not showing any Warner. These two disks are attached to app VM, and this disk is not attached to any VM. Okay, so now what I will do is I will create a new VM. I will name it as app VM1. Okay, disks. As I mentioned, right, by default, we are getting one OS disk. Okay. So we can create and attach a new disk, or we can attach an existing disk. We have already created disk, right? Now I am attaching the disk here only. Okay, after creating the VM also I can attach, or by create from here also I can attach. Okay. So this is the disk I created, right? I'm selecting the disk. I'm not selecting anything in network. Okay, everything I am leaving as default. Okay. Now I will log into this VM. See the snapshot we took, right? Okay. Here one point we have to remember. Okay. Initially, okay. Initially we didn't see this data disk, right? Because we are attached. We created a new data disk and attached the data disk to the virtual machine. Okay. After attaching the disk, okay, from the disk we created volume. Okay, that's the reason we are going to see the F drive, right? But okay, so we took snapshot from the already initialized disk. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, whenever we create a VM, again, no need to initialize the disk. Okay, the disk will already appear here. So this is the new app VM1. See, I didn't initialize this F disk, okay, because I took snapshot from the already initialized disk. That's the reason, okay, I am able to see the F disk here itself. Okay, see, but the thing here is, if you see here, see, it is asking like BitLocker because, as I mentioned, right, it's already, this disk is encrypted. Okay, if someone hack my virtual machine, okay, but if he tries to check my disk, okay, it is going to be in encrypted state. So it only authorized users can log in into VM, and for authorized users, they can see I am the authorized user, right? So that's the reason I can directly log into the virtual machine. Okay, if I open the drive, okay, everything is like plain format. Okay, it's not like a encrypted format, right? But if suppose some malicious user, okay, if someone hacked this virtual machine, okay, if he logged in or to unauthorizedly to this virtual machine, for them it's not possible to look the data. For them, it will be like encrypted format. Okay. That's the reason. Okay, few customers will choose Azure data encryption. Okay, but the thing here is it's like highly encrypted, right? So I took snapshot from the disk, right? But I took the snapshot from the disk. From that snapshot, I created one more disk, and I attached the disk to another VM. But I am unable to see the data here. If you see here, it is asking me to unlock. Okay. Actually, in real time, as I mentioned, right, only people will use server-side encryption with platform managed key or server-side encryption with customer managed key. Only as of now, I didn't see any customer is using Azure disk encryption. Okay, what are the projects I worked, right? Okay, so all of our clients, okay, they chose either platform managed key or customer managed key. They don't need this much level encryption. Okay, but for testing purpose, okay, I have showed you how to do Azure disk encryption. Okay, so see, I have also faced this issue now itself. Okay, I see. So for this issue, I have gone through Microsoft documents because I don't know, right, how to unlock this disk. So I have followed the Microsoft documentation for that. What we how to encrypt, how to decrypt, in the sense we have to go to command prompt, open command prompt. Okay, we have few commands. Okay. So this is the documentation I got from Microsoft. Okay. So what I'm going to say is, okay, if in future also, if you're going to face any issue, refer to Microsoft documentation, so that you will get solution for whatever the task we are doing, right? Okay, everything is, we can find solution from Microsoft documentation. Okay, I see, I am also facing this issue first time. Okay, so I referred to Microsoft documentation and I got this page. Okay, in this page they clearly explained, okay, how to how to resolve this issue. Okay, for this, okay, first of all we have to go to disk management. In disk management, okay, we have BEK volume. So we have to change drive letter and paths, and we have to assign a drive. We have to assign a letter to the drive. Okay. I'm assigning like H drive. Okay. See, now I got this BEK volume. Okay. Using this BEK volume, I am going to decrypt the disk. Okay. For that, we have to go to command prompt. Okay. As mentioned here, right, we have to execute this command. I'm executing this command. dir h, in the sense whatever the drive letter we have provided to that BEK volume. Okay. Once I provided that, it is going to give this .bek file. Okay, we have to copy this file. And copying this file,
I think we need to change the unlock drive there. I think
yes.
it's
Here the unlock drive is F, right?
F.
We have
F.
to unlock F. Instead of G, we have to provide F. See, now drive got unlocked. See.
So, Sunil, is this permanent or temporary? For example, in this drive, my application is running. I have installed one of the applications in the F drive. So the data won't be read the application won't, if it is encrypted, the data won't be right in this folder, right, in this drive, right?
See, the scenario here is, okay, Kiran, okay, why we are using snapshot in the sense, okay, first thing is, okay, I want similar kind of data. Okay, suppose
That
okay,
understood.
yeah,
That understood.
similar,
I understood, but just want to confirm, like, sir, if it is encrypted, if you are encrypted, decrypted, right? This decryption is a permanent or it will be temporary only? That's my
It's
question.
it's permanent. See,
Permanent.
that's the reason I mentioned, right? In real time, people won't go to this much level encryption. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So for demo purpose, I did ADE encryption. Okay. If you see in real time, if you log into any Azure virtual machine, you don't see these kind of logs to the disks because they don't go to in any other training classes also. Okay. They just took snapshot from normal disk only. If I took snapshot from normal disk, okay, we don't need to do all these steps. Okay. We can
Yeah.
directly attach the disk here itself. But the thing here is, I took snapshot to the ADE disk. I mean Azure disk encryption disk. So that's the reason whenever I attach it, the disk to new VM, we have to again do all these steps because that's ADA disk, right? So that's the reason I'm with the help of Microsoft documentation, I unlocked the disk.
That is true.
Yeah. In real time, maybe you maybe in your projects, if they are using these kind of ADE and you have a requirement like, okay, attach, we need similar kind of data in another VM. Okay. So in that case, maybe in future you are going to face this issue. For at the time, at the point of time, whatever I have done right with the help of Microsoft documentation, I'm also new. I first time I faced this issue, but you see, I checked in Google and I got this documentation. So with the help of this documentation, I am able to decrypt the disk.
Got it.
Yeah.
And one question, Sunil. So if this snapshot is we can attach to within the same resource group or the other different resource group as well.
This snapshot, I think we can attach to other resource groups also.
With a different subscription now. Right?
Not different subscription. In subscription, okay, in subscription we can create multiple resource groups, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we have few requirements like, okay, maybe the snapshot is from East US or West US location.
Hmm.
Okay, the disk is from West US location or East US location. Okay, I am creating a new VM in West US location. Okay, in that case, I have to check that scenario, but I'm thinking if the location is different, it's not possible to attach the disk. I'm thinking in that, but we can check that scenario in
Okay.
later classes if you want. Or else today I will show you how to create Azure free account. You guys can try that scenario. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, create one more resource group that is in West US. Okay, create one more virtual machine in that resource group. Okay, in West US location, and take the snapshot from East US location and try to attach that snapshot to West US location VM. You
Yeah.
can do the testing. Okay.
Sure. And one more question as well, right? So if you
Okay.
go to the disk, if you go to the sorry, in certain if you go to the disk, you are creating the new disk. Instead of that, I'm attaching the existing disk, which is on-prem or within the different uh, disk, like within the same subscription.
Same subscription in the sense, see, here we have concept resource, as I mentioned, right? These are separate resources. Okay,
Exactly.
I can create n number of resources. Okay, basically what I'm doing is, okay, I am see, I will show you here. I will try to create a disk in West US location. As of now, I create a disk in East US location. Our VM is also in East US location, right? Now
Hmm.
I will create disk in West US location. No need to worry about resource group. Okay, we can in earlier classes I mentioned, right, like resource group can be in East US and resources can be in another location like West, North Europe. Okay, that's not an issue.
Okay.
I like app VM data 02. Okay, so I will select region like West US. Okay, now I'm creating this disk in West US. I'm selecting 16 GB. As per my knowledge, it won't allow. Okay, because see, We have to check, but I'm thinking it won't allow. Okay, now we have one disk. Okay.
Yeah.
And now I will try to attach the disk to one of the virtual machine. Okay, disks. We have one OS and we have one data disk, right? I have attached one more existing disk. See, it is not showing here because the disk is in West US location, right? Our VM is in East US location. If I create the disk in East US location, then only it will see. I am going to see the disk here.
Got it.
You got the concept, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone have query related that concept, I will explain with pictorial representation. Anyway, tomorrow we are going to discuss about Azure availability zones and availability sets. Okay. As of now, see, see, we didn't discuss about this concept, right? Availability options. Okay. As of now, I am selecting no infrastructure redundancy. Okay. But we have other important concepts like availability zones and availability sets. Okay. Maybe if time permits, okay, tomorrow I am going to discuss about this concept. Okay. This is very, very important concept. Okay. Definitely. Okay. As I mentioned, right, I have attended nearly 10 interviews. Okay. Each interview, I got this question. Okay. What do you mean by availability zone and availability set? Okay, so if possible, I will discuss about this concept tomorrow. So that's the reason I mentioned it's like a separate concept. Okay, separate topic. Okay, please try to attend tomorrow's class. Okay, it's very important, and damn sure you are going to get an interview question on this concept. Okay, and tomorrow we are going to discuss about that concept. I think it's already 8. Okay, and today I will show you how to create a free account. So for free account, okay, search Azure free account. Open this URL. Click on start free. Okay. Here, okay, click on create one. Okay, provide your Gmail account here. Okay, provide your Gmail account. Click next. Okay, it will ask password. Okay, I don't all my Gmail accounts linked to Microsoft account, so that's the reason we are just linking our Gmail account to Microsoft account. That's it. Okay, we have to provide our Gmail account. After that, we have to provide our password for that Gmail account. Okay, I will show you screenshots. Okay, I provided one Gmail account. After that, it is going to ask password. After that, it will ask few details like country, region. Okay, and first name, last name, your email address, your phone number. Okay, for authentication purpose. Once you provide all the details, okay, it is going to ask a credit card. Okay, credit card number. Why credit card? In the sense, it's for authentication purpose only. Okay, that too, it is going to charge 2 rupees, but the 2 rupees again, once account got created, right? I think that again 2 rupees again credited to your account. Okay, so you have to provide your credit card details, credit card name, card number, CVV, everything. You have to provide your address. Okay, that's how you are going to create Azure free account. Okay, so, once you created the free account, right, you are going to get nearly 15,000 rupees. Okay, see, until and unless we upgrade from free to you don't charge anything. Okay, see, this is my free account. Okay, See, and until I click on upgrade, okay, you don't charge anything. Okay, everything, whatever you are going to create, right? Everything is going to deducted from this free amount credited to you. Okay, so and that too, as I mentioned, right? This amount will stay for 30 days. After 30 days, everything will elapse. Okay, if you want to practice after 30 days, okay, in general you can upgrade that account, but after upgrade you have to be careful, because if you create some resource and if you forgot to delete that resource, it is going to be charged, because everything is charged in Azure portal, right? As I mentioned, right? If suppose after 30 days I clicked on upgrade in the sense I am confirming it to Microsoft. Okay, now from pay from free trial subscription to I am using pay as you go. As see here, if you see my subscription, it is like pay as you go. That means every month I am going to get some bill amount is going to generate. Okay, but for you guys, you don't get any bill. Okay, everything will be deducted from this amount only. Any queries related to how to create free account? Let me know tomorrow if you have any queries while creating the account, if you face any issues.
I
Okay.
have one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, after 30 days, can we create another account and use it for another 30 days on another phone numbers?
If you have another credit card, okay, not
Yeah.
same credit card. If you
Yeah.
have another credit card, that too you have to try from different laptop.
Okay. Why? Because
Then
they'll
that,
check the IP address what you're going to say.
yeah, yes. Then in that case, you can create new account.
So
Okay,
n
see,
number of free
actually,
accounts can be created with n number of different numbers. You are saying what exactly different
not
emails?
different numbers, not different credit cards.
Yeah, that's okay. You can get as number of credit cards. That's not an issue.
Yeah. See, I have already used my free trial account, okay, long back ago. But okay, again, I have used one more credit card to create this free account.
Okay.
That too, I have created this account on different laptop. That's the reason, yeah, I am able to create one more free account with my Hotmail. I mean Microsoft. Okay.
So,
If you have
yeah, so you are using same mail ID every time you're creating new free account?
not every time, yeah, this is the second time I have used, because I have two credit cards. Okay.
Okay,
Mail
so the
ID
mail.
also sometimes it allows, sometimes it won't allow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Again, you have to
I have
create.
one more doubt, Snail.
Yes.
See, for 30 days, we register with a name, use credit card, everything. After
Okay.
30 days, it get expired. I asked previously. So it's another number from other laptop. I will say I register for another 30 days for just for registering. Again, back to practice. If I use the old laptop, they'll be charging. They'll stop the services. They trace.
You can't, you can use this portal, you can log into this portal, but you can't create any resources. Okay, until and unless you are going to upgrade, right? It
No,
won't allow you to.
you are not able to get my question. What I'm saying is after 30 days, again, I register with other email ID in a new laptop.
Okay.
With credit card, with a different credit card, different number, different ID. But I'm using that credentials in the old laptop again. Will they stop the services or can I use it? Will they trace? That's what my question.
No, you can use, because see how I am using, because you see I can log in with this email account on a different email also, right? Anyhow, my email was created and I got free credit amount. So now I can log in with this same email ID in different laptop also. That's not an issue.
But one question, AWS gives 1 year almost. Why this type of only for 1 month? That's only, say for practice sessions, AWS gives around 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah, but here it's only 1 month. Any reason behind that?
See, in AWS, okay, you with free trial, you can only use few services. Okay.
Yeah.
If you observe or not, but with Azure you can use almost 90% services with free trial. You can explore about each and every service with this free trial amount for 30 days.
Okay. Even you
That's
can
the
create
main.
Kubernetes cluster also?
Yes, you can. Okay, only few services it won't allow, like SQL managed instance it won't allow. Okay.
And what about that DevOps portal? Even that is also same condition.
Yeah, same.
So automatically with this same ID, we cannot go into DevOps portal, you are saying.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
With the same email, the same login, can I go into the DevOps portal also?
Yes, you can, because both are integrated, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
What is the portal address for this?
Portal.azure.com.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Mm.
Hello, Sunil.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, I have shared a file through chat.
Okay.
Please look into this and suggest me how can I delete that file.
This one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Open that resource group and click delete resource group.
Okay, I need to delete entire resource group.
Yeah, actually by default, okay, whenever we create a resource group, okay, in that region by default, one network watcher related resource group is going to create. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, we are going to discuss about this network watcher. Okay, it's mainly for connection monitoring. Okay, we can do different kind of network related operations like, okay, like we can check what is the traffic coming and going. Okay, so
Okay.
that, yeah.
So resource
By,
group is also deleted in my account.
yeah, if you want, you can delete this one also. It's not a big deal. You won't charge anything for this one.
Okay, no problem. So can you please suggest me where that option is available?
Open that resource group, network watcher RG.
Network.
Open this resource group network. Okay, I will show you here. So by default, okay, see, I deployed my resource group in East US, right? So by default, one
Okay.
network watcher RG is going to create.
Yes.
You can delete this resource group here, delete resource group, copy this resource group name and paste it here, delete. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, it will have network watcher service. Okay. We can use this service for monitoring the network.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And just now someone asked me, right? Azure free account. Okay. AWS is giving 12 months services. Okay. Actually, Azure also giving popular services free for 12 months. Okay. Instead of crediting 15,000 in our accounts, it is also allowing to create virtual machines. Okay. We can use these virtual machines for 12 months. Okay. They're absolutely free, but they're like minimal compute. Okay, we can't do anything with this compute. We in real time, it won't helpful for us to do any testing. I'm not sure whether that person is in call or not.
Yeah. Sunil, I got it. What exactly you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, it's also Azure also providing few services for 1 year. Okay, but B1 in the sense, it's like one CPU and one RAM. Even though
Same like
you create.
it's like T2 micro, you're saying.
Yes, even though we can create this virtual machine, right? We can't install any application or we can't do anything. So it's like useless. Useless in the sense it's just for we can create, but we can't do any testing on this VM. That's it.
Okay, got it. Thanks for
Mhm. So let me know if you are facing any issues while creating free account. See, suppose someone already used your credit card. Maybe in that scenarios, it's not possible for you to create free account. And one more thing, okay, just check with your corporate email ID. Okay, with your corporate email ID also, you are going to get a free account for 30 days. Okay, and that's one more option we have. Few companies will have you.
Can I tell one thing?
Yes.
I think last year my friend had got, if anybody check it out, Student ID, they are giving 1 year free. Check it out. It's not, I'm not sure. It's any college ID.
Yeah,
Any,
they are doing so, but
if any
there are
of the
certain
guys have friends
conditions.
in college or brothers who are studying in engineering college or something, the last year they are given. I'm not sure still it's available.
Yeah, it's available, still available. I checked.
Okay, sometimes we can go to Microsoft blogs like, okay, I have also informed you, right, how to get AZ 900 free coupon. Okay, actually, we have Microsoft events. 1 minute, let me.
Sorry, can we discuss tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. It's already to 8:20, right?
Yes.
Yeah, please try to create a free account today and practice all these concepts. Okay, these concepts looks like very simple, but if you don't practice right in future, again you are going to forget all these concepts. The two, yes, I just if you try multiple options, definitely you are going to get multiple errors. Okay, so practice all these concepts and let me know if you are getting any errors. Then only you're going to understand all these concepts. Okay.
Yes.
I have one doubt. Can I clear for 1 minute, please?
Yeah, sure.
Can we-
Whoever have doubts, just stay online, and remaining people can left this
Just
call.
for 1 minute. You said about the snapshot. The snapshot created in one region availability or one region can be used in other region.
Yeah, that scenario you guys have to check.
Snapshot
You
of
guys check.
one VM in other region.
Yeah, as I showed you, right, one disk created in West US, it's not possible to attach the disk in East US VM. Similarly, we are create snapshot. Okay.
Yep.
We'll show you here. Sure. So then, sorry. So this is the VM, right? VM disks. Create snapshot. See, by default, okay, it is selecting region. Okay, it is not allowing me to select any region. Okay, so by default, wherever the disk is there, right, it is automatically selecting that East US region. So from this snapshot, I can create disk only from East US. Okay, it's not allowing me to change the disk size, right? So I can
Yeah.
only create disk on East US region only, and I can only attach the disk to VM which is in East US only.
Can it be cloned in other region? The same day? Is that option available?
No, see, once I create snapshot, if you see or not, again, when I try to create a disk from the snapshot, again, these options will be in disabled state. Okay.
Okay. Right.
I mean, region and everything.
Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Okay.